just chilling with Adam, yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, look, that's the host Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam.
No bullshit, and I texted you this before I even made it public because it was a personal thing. Tensions got high yesterday. Me and you were both there for positive reasons, and you know we both believed in it. And because the tensions got so high, the negativity, the energy, and I had a frustration as I knew the song was gonna ruin the meaning behind what was supposed to happen, and I was so frustrated on that car that I took it out, and I did take it out on you.
Well, I don't know if 100% I believed in it, right? Mm-hmm. Because, I thought it was going to be a shit show. But
I'm glad to hear that everyone thought it was going to be a shit show. Dang.
But that's
flickering in the background.
Okay. Amount of time. Okay.
That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. But what I said is that I would get people involved. I would tell other YouTubers, and I would personally go and I would support it. Mm-hmm. And in the process, we're doing a Mom's Basement with Shane Dawson. Obviously the TanaCon series is the greatest thing ever. I was heavily, heavily inspired by that. Mm-hmm. If there was no TanaCon videos from you, I wouldn't have done this. And I was like, if he's trying to do an event in like 5 days or whatever it is, I have to create a documentary, right? But the thing is, I feel like you understood that I was just trying to capture reality. And then once you realized that it flopped, once you realized that it failed, you knew that the story was going to be that, and then you tried to lash out on me.
My lash out was internal anger that I had held in for years that just decided to come out there, and again, I apologize for that. But one thing I want to say, I'm going to say to you, I'm going to say to you, and I'm going to say to you and to the people of the internet, Hate Dies, Love Arrives did not flop. It was a great success. It didn't go in the way I intended it for it to happen, but it went in the way I needed it to happen. Because like I said, I don't know if you heard it, Ticketmaster and Live Nation feel so bad about it being a bomb threat, me investing all my money, me doing this with good intentions. I explained to them why the song was being played, because obviously they're not going to allow me to host an event and end it with hate. But they knew it wasn't a song about hate, because I got to explain to them, which I didn't get to do to you. And I trusted that I didn't have to explain to you before the event, because when it happens naturally live at the event, you would understand. But they're now helping me make the next one, whether it be August 15th or October 15th. It'll always land on the 15th.
Yeah, but do you think people are going to show up?
100%, because what happened in that circle is full of so much love and energy that it's just going to be even bigger and better.
I think there was probably about 1,200 people there. You said that there was under 1,000, right?
I think 1,000 would be a
Police
safe
reported
bet.
1,500, and the main events and artists hadn't even started coming in yet. It's hard to get to the Greek Theater. The event was slated to be sold out at capacity. So it was, regardless of that, it was a success to me, because let's say I did get on that stage. Let's say I was on there with Drake. But yesterday, it being shut down and the people still gathering around, and now me, you, Shane Dawson, and everybody are now in one room talking about it, Adam 22, I see this as a giant success because the whole movement gets to continue. We're not going to spend here now. I'm not going to go back to wherever I decide to live in my life, whether it be with my parents or a house in LA, and be like, I have a grudge against Keemstar now. I don't care how the documentary turns out or anything. I'm going to do everything I can to fix this.
The thing is you said Drake was coming on if you had 2 million concurrent viewers. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just nowhere's even close.
We had 60,000 viewers before the event started. 2 million viewers.
2 million would be like the world record,
it would have
right?
happened.
By far.
No, the world record is by Red Bull. It's 3 million. I'm sorry, I'm looking at encyclopedia of the YouTube world, but from Red Bull, a skydive or whatever. So, like, it would be in the top 3 or top 5 for sure. Like, that's an insane number to get.
And
Drake playing Fortnite had like 750,000.
What's wrong with setting that?
There's nothing wrong with saying that, but I feel like if Drake said that to you, he was basically saying, I'm not coming.
Drake didn't say that to me. Drake didn't say that to me.
What did he say? Can we hear that story about you, me, and Drake?
I will tell that.
Okay.
I'm deciding whether I tell it. Do I tell it here? Do I tell it in your documentary? Or do I tell it on my own? I met Drake.
I'm just going to rip this for my documentary if he doesn't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
The day before the event. You want me to tell that story now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And why everybody thought was manic, why I felt like it was supposed to happen?
Also, shout out to Shane Dawson. It's supposed to be his interview. This is a little bit
God,
different.
I'm so
but
sorry, Shane.
So much
we
better.
could totally...
I'm sorry, Shane.
Because me and Shane were having like the best hour-long conversation before this started happening.
I was
We will
watching
get...
it.
Yeah, it was tight before that, too. So just for the record, like, this is not like in place of the Shane Dawson.
All right, I'd love for you guys to hear the story. I wish I had a J or something while we can chill back and relax and talk about it. This story is so dope, Keem. And the best part about it, Keem, I documented everything that happened that night live on Twitter. So I'm just going to open it up to read you my tweets as I tell the story, because this was the most fantastic story of my life.
Okay.
So the
Knights of
whole
the Round
time,
Table
as I'm
vibes.
planning this event, right, I'm in talks with Lenny S., who's DJ Khaled's manager, who runs Rock Nation, who manages Jay-Z. I have Lenny S.'s mentorship in this. Tyler Perry's helping me through this. OVO Johnny, who's OVO Ryan's brother, who's in Drake's team, who gave me this tattoo at OVO's tattoo shop, was FaceTiming me every 5 minutes to see how it was going. But here was the beauty of it, right?
Shout out to Bearwoods. That's our weed sponsor tonight. Fousey, if you want to blaze up, we got it on deck.
Yo, this story, please put this in the documentary.
Okay.
Can you like this?
Yeah.
Do you mind? Wait, do you mind?
He's
No,
going
no.
to get so high, he's going to freak out.
I won't smoke. I won't
Shade
smoke. Out
2
of
weeks
respect
out.
for Shane.
No, yeah, I'm just kidding.
No.
Well, maybe he will. I don't know.
I leave my house the day before, right? And there's so much energy surrounding us. And before leaving my house, right, I had knew that I wanted Drake to get there. I knew I was in talks with OVO Johnny. I knew I was in talks with all this, but it hadn't fully happened yet. I leave my house. I take my friends to dinner. We're walking in. TMZ is there. TMZ, I don't know why they didn't post it, whatever, but TMZ did a thing. I gave a message to Drake, LeBron James. I was full of love, happiness.
Yeah, but even that right there, couldn't someone say, if TMZ was there, how come it didn't get posted?
I have the text though with him right now, and you can ask him yourself. He said there's a story. The story they're gonna run, and I'll tell you right now, is my opinion on Logan versus KSI that I did outside the restaurant.
Well, the thing is, like, there's just all this different stuff. Like, Drake might come, TMZ.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
all this different open-ended stuff that nobody can confirm. And what we can confirm is that, like, what happened at the actual event.
One, it will be confirmed by the next one, because I guarantee the next one will go exactly as planned. Two, I believe in manifestation, right? So I say exactly what I want to happen, and that's what gets it to happen. So I started July 15th a week ago just by putting it on a shirt. And with that one idea and energy and manifestation, every single thing I put is happening, but not in the way I wanted it to. I still get a chance to talk to you. My song still came out. I'm still in talks with Live Nation Ticketmaster, still in talks with Drake's team. Everything's still happening. It just turned shitty. But here's what happens. I finished TMZ. Me and my group end up going to a club called Lure. We hear Drake is at Delilah. I asked my buddy Country 3 times, is this where we're supposed to be? He goes, yes, I checked. I paid $1,000 for bottle service just because I knew I was going to be in the same room as Drake. I was going to be wearing a July 15th shirt. The king is back. He would have saw it. I believe the energy would draw me in. I believe that hard. What people call crazy, I call belief. So as we're walking in, I look at the napkin. It says Lure. I look at Country and I go, where are we meant to be? He goes, Delilah. I go, look where we are. I got so pissed off. I just walked away, and I'm just harnessing my energy because I don't want to lash out anymore. And then one of my team members, Andrew, who's best friends with, he's literally one of the kings. I'm going to get to it.
No, real quick. Is it kind of creepy that you're, like, trying to figure out where Drake is and you're,
No.
like, trying to
No, you know
stalk
why?
him?
I'll tell you why.
And trying to hunt him down to be like, yo, come to my YouTuber event.
I'll
like,
tell you why.
I could have DM'd him for you.
I'll tell you why. So before I even posted the video to P. Diddy and Quincy, I had Alfredo Flores reach out to Quincy, explain my event, and say, Fousey wants to do this. Is that okay? He gave me the green light. I'm not going to post the video to P. Diddy and Quincy without their respect, knowing that I'm going to make them feel like shit if they can't. They couldn't, but they still allowed me to put that energy out there. I'm in DMs with E40, Mr. Fab, The Game, Snoop Dogg.
Wait a minute. That didn't make sense what you just said. You got permission to ask them on
I
Twitter?
called up Alfredo Flores, who's Justin Bieber's best friend, and I said, brother, I don't know how to maneuver in this industry. Is it wrong for me to reach out to Quincy and Diddy and ask them to come to the event? He said, brother, all you have to do is share with them this energy. I'm sure they're down. Let me hit up Quincy. He hits up Quincy. Quincy follows me on Twitter. They allowed me to post the video. Quincy couldn't make it, but they still allowed me to put that energy out there. I'm in talks with DJ Khaled's manager.
So you got permission to ask somebody if they would
to
perform at
put
the
energy
event.
out there. These are all guys who believe in energy.
But do you understand how doesn't make sense?
But it does, because I'm talking to Quincy. Just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it didn't make sense to P. Diddy and Quincy.
It just, okay, let me just throw this out as my opinion. It feels like the event yesterday might have got screwed up either way by the bomb threat. But a lot of the things that you didn't do, such as booking it months in advance, paying the artists for them to appear in advance, like doing
Artists were doing it for free.
Right, but normally they don't. Like doing all kinds of promotional stuff they would normally do. They'd put it on the radio. They would do all kinds of, email blasts to try to get more people to come and stuff. Like when you look at the turnout was pretty low, the fact that the artists weren't confirmed and everything, it kind of just makes me feel like, oh, that's why venues book events the way they normally book events.
But I would say that, except for once you go, can we just take a minute for let me finish this Drake story?
Yeah. But the thing is, like, you talk for such a long time that I forget, like, okay, I want to confront that. I want to confront this. Okay.
We end up at Delilah, Drake's club. I get out. I see Country go to the front desk. I instantly feel they're not going to let us in. I walk away. I call OVO Johnny, OVO Ryan's brother on Drake's team. And the first thing I ask him, and you can ask him this, if you want to get somebody on John Muller, I guarantee you a part of OVO, Drake's team, will come on to back up every word I'm saying. And the first thing I asked him is, brother, I'm outside of the club Drake is at. I'm being creepy as shit. Is this wrong? Should I go home? He said, keep going, let God lead you. Drake's team member is telling me not to give up. Now, here's what's funny. He has a direct contact with Drake. If he wanted to, all he had to do was be like, let me call Drake. But he didn't because he wanted me to do it on my own. As soon as he said that, I go to my team. I say, I need everybody to leave. I'm doing this on my own today. I'm standing outside of Delilah, a guy who literally is scared to be in places like this. I got Drake's team around me, beautiful girls walking in. I'm by myself, no plan. Benjamin Kicks walks up. I go up to Benjamin Kicks. Shout out Benjamin Kicks. Met him that night. Give him the energy. Explain to him July 15th. Let him listen to the song. He goes, for sure, I'm with it. Another artist who performed last night comes behind me. First thing he says, he goes, Yusuf, I was born in East LA. I don't want to die in East LA. Can I get on your stage? I said, brother, done. He looks at me in the eyes. He goes, anything you need, I got you for life. Instantly, I go back to Benjamin Kicks. That same artist who saw me, found a way in. His boy was gonna get him in through the back. He's running. He goes, Fousey, come on. I'm running through the back. I'm about to get into Drake's event. For some reason, I decided to turn back around. I go back. You can ask every person there. They'll confirm the story. I go back to Benjamin Kicks to say something like bye, whatever. I turn around. The guy's inside. I'm like, shit. Next thing you know, I see the person from Louis Vuitton who sold me the shoes I just gave away to the 11-year-old yesterday in the crowd. And he was waiting out there. I tell him the story. He goes, well, our friends are about to let us in. Wait for us. The door opens. The security guard goes, ladies only tonight, fellas. I didn't even force it, didn't argue. I walked away. He got in because the girl said, no, this guy's with us. I didn't question it. I go back to the front. That same guy who got in, that artist, is at the smoking section through the gate. It looks so sketch. He goes, psst. I know how crazy this looks. I'm in front of Drake's security. I go up to him. I go, what? He goes, go to the back right now. I was like, are you crazy? He looks at me in the eye. He goes, go to the back. I felt it. I go to the back. I'm standing right next to Drake's white Rolls Royce, the one with the angel and the thing. Is that a Rolls? I'm not sure. I'm standing next to Drake's car. His security's around me in the cars, but they're not telling me to leave because it looked and felt like I deserved to be there. I didn't give up. I knew I had a plan that night, so I get on my knees. I put the message to Drake. Drake, I'm outside the club tonight. I sound like a crazy person who's literally crying outside the club, but I'm gonna meet you tonight. I put it out to the universe. I'm gonna meet Drake tonight. I put that energy out there. Door opens, guy gets me in. I go through the kitchen. We walk in. I was in the hottest LA party of the night. He whispers in my ear. He goes, Kylie Jenner's here. Drake is here. Ludacris is here. Everybody's here. He doesn't tell me where Drake is. All he says is, let God lead the way. I'm not trying to be preachy about God, but every single person was telling me this.
Everybody talks about God in your life. It's kind of interesting. Nobody ever says anything about God to me.
As soon as I accepted him for my life.
Right.
I swear. So I'm getting there. So now I'm inside the club, and here's where the tweets start and how I met Drake. So you're about to get the exclusive. You're
I'm ready.
in the documentary.
I need this.
And I would not put this story out there because anybody can go to Drake and his team and be like, did this event happen? And if it didn't happen, they'll be like, this guy should be arrested. He's crazy. I sound crazy right now because I'm the only one who was in there, you know? So,
okay.
I'll show you the text.
No. Forget the text. How did you meet Drake? So
here it is.
You're in the party.
Here it is. As I'm outside, dream big, call me crazy now, call me crazy tomorrow. If I pull this off, it's because I'm crazy. Next tweet, I pray that Drake fulfills my God's plan. Next tweet, what some call desperation, I call hunger for success. That's when I finally said, I'm meeting Drake tonight. Remember this tweet for years to come. Next tweet, I'm inside the party Drake is in. I'm letting God lead the way. It's happening. Next tweet, it's a video that says scared shitless, but I'm trusting the process. As soon as I tweet that, I look to my right, Shawn Mendes is there. I tweet and I go, standing inches next to Shawn Mendes. Life is so surreal right now. I will meet Drake tonight. I'm shaking in a club with high industry people. All the Instagram the beautiful girls who I follow are in the booths. It's a lit night. I'm not giving up. And as I'm looking down at my phone, I look up, I say, and just like that, when I'm stuck, the real Dennis G, who's Drake's dad, walks right past me as I'm taking a snap of my shoes. Instead of bothering him and saying, can I speak to you? I said, please check your messages. Again, this is God's plan. He knows me. He was at Tyler Perry's Medea premiere. I have a picture with him. So I knew if I met Dennis, it would be good. But I knew he wasn't in the right place for me to talk to him, and I wanted him to have his fun. So I just trusted it. As soon as I decided that and stayed back, Kenny Hamilton, who's part of Justin Bieber's group, who knows me because I met them and partied with them, goes right in front of me. Oh, what's up, brother? Da-da-da. We're arm in arm. He goes, come with us. He takes me to his table. Whose table is it? Ludacris. I'm now in the hallway staring Ludacris in the eye, hitting my chest, saying, I'm going to be on stage tomorrow with more eyes on this event than the president has on the country to dispel hate. Ludacris gives me daps. And he goes, my brother, I feel it. Keep going. At this point, I'm like, fuck what anyone's saying online. I'm doing this tonight. I go back to the booth. I'm dancing. I let Ludacris do what he does. Right after that, We the Best Music's whole group, a trio, Ivan Barrios, the other Haraki who has a beard, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, walked past me. Ivan Barrios, DJ Khaled's, Diddy's, everybody's photographer, DM him, right? DM him, stops and talks to me for 10 minutes as I tell him this story, let him listen to the song. He doesn't tell me where Drake is yet. All he says is, you already did this, don't stop. Gives me his phone number. We try to take a picture. I'm almost there. Kenny looks at me. This is how crazy that night was. Kenny looks at me, he goes, no pictures. I go, fine. Ivan leaves, right? Right after that, you said you were gonna let me finish, let me get there. Didn't know what to do. The doubt is real, the hate is real, the fear is real, but you know what? The love is far stronger. Even if I have to stay up until the event and walk on the stage beaten, I'm gonna do it. I'm now standing by myself. The club is emptying out. The only people who are allowed to stay in the club is Drake's team. Guess who's standing with them? Me. Because I decided not to give up because I had a mission that night, as crazy as it sounded. I don't know what to do, but I believed in myself. Before I even met Drake.
So everyone leaves the club. No one's there except for Drake's own crew.
You gotta understand, Drake's
you.
own crew is 60 people, and the celebrities who were in there. And I'll talk about that. I met OBJ that night, all this stuff. So let me finish.
Okay.
I'm standing in Drake's crew. Don't know what to do. As I'm standing there, I turn around. Drake's dad is coming back into the crew. As I'm going up to him, I miss him, but I touch the person behind him. For some reason, you're gonna get mad at this because I've said it so much. I don't know why I asked him this. I said, brother, do you believe in God? He looks at me like, of course I do. I said, give me 30 seconds and read this. He reads this post that says, 7 days ago, I came in with an idea to Sydney, Australia. This guy ends up being Drake's right-hand man. And as I tell him this story about how I'm gonna get Drake, and I'm pounding and I'm shaking and I'm telling him my purpose, I look at him in the eye and I go, I snuck in here tonight. If he wanted to protect Drake and kick me out, he would have said, get the hell out of here. He looks at me, he goes, he's feeling it. He knows I'm talking with a purpose and I mean it and I'm hungry. I'm psycho at this point, I'm hungry. He goes, wait right here. But before he goes, everyone's gonna have shit to say about this, you can ask him. He goes, how did you know my name? I look at him, I go, brother, I never met you in my life. If your name came out of my mouth today, I have no idea how. As soon as I said that, I watch him. I hadn't seen Drake the whole night. As soon as I put that energy in there, I look back into the crowd. Drake's team moves. I get my first vision of Drake face to face from 20 feet. I start shaking because I know my manifestation is getting stronger. Drake is feet away from me. I watch the gentleman I just spoke to walk straight through Drake's crew without giving daps to anybody, go into Drake's ear, and for 5 minutes, this is what I see. He's sharing my message into Drake's ears. Okay. I don't give up. I'm standing there. I'm waiting. Next thing I know, the energy I felt I needed more, I look behind me, OBJ is there, Odell Beckham Jr. Ask him. I walk straight up to him. His security starts walking up to me. I hand him the phone. I go, read. His security grabs me and goes, hey, don't try to sell him on anything tonight. I go, let him. Dead ass. I was so hungry. I looked at his security. I said, let him. He reads the whole thing. He looks at me. He goes, you got that. I walk back to Drake's crew. I'm mobbing with Drake's crew, dancing to Drake's music. Next thing I know, Drake's coming closer and closer and closer. He hugs, I believe it was Joel Embiid, 2 inches away from me. I'm staring at him in his eyes like this, hungry, knowing that I left my house that night saying I'm gonna meet Drake like a crazy person, and literally, Adam, I'm this close to Drake. But instead of taking that moment to be like, Drake, can I get a picture? This is gonna prove all my haters wrong. I accepted that it already was done. As soon as Drake moves and makes eye contact with me and I stare at him, I see his second right-hand man and he nods at me like this. I walk out with him. I go, what's next? He goes, brother, take my number. I'll tell you all the details tomorrow. I did it. I was hyped.
So you didn't meet Drake. He just looked at you. I mean, if he just looked at you, did you really meet Drake?
Do something for me. In the next 2 hours, will for yourself to touch nose with Drake's. If it happens, I'll sell my entire YouTube channel. I'll give you $10 million.
Did you touch nose to nose?
Literally like this. That's how close he was to me.
Okay.
As he's hugging. If you could do that, I'll give you my Ferrari, I'll give you my Range Rover, I'll give you my mom and dad's keys to the house. I'll delete all my YouTube channels. I did that because I manifested that because I believe in myself, Keem. This has always been me from the start. It's the reason I blew up my channel, whether it was a good way or wrong way. Anyways, his team member, I save his name under God's plan. Right?
Okay.
I tell him that. I show him as he's walking out with Drake's dad. He looks at me, he goes, God is the greatest. I don't tell anybody. I just harness it in. That next day, before I started that Drake promotion, I texted it to him, the team member who I met. I showed him the July 15th picture with Drake on it. I showed him what was about to go live.
So Drake's people approved you putting all this promo for your event with Drake's likeness and Drake's pictures.
Drake himself didn't say it to me face to face, but his right-hand man who went and fed the message to Drake was there saying it. As I'm sending him the text of all that stuff, he's reading each one. I'm sending videos to him throughout the day, like I'm charging up, I got energy, I'm dancing to Drake, I'm happy knowing what's about to happen. He's reading every single one as I send it. Not once is he saying, yo, Drake doesn't want to come, stop this, we're gonna send a lawsuit.
Because, okay, like we have, I mean, I have connections in this town as well. And, you know, we reached out to like Drake's people and they said that he had no plan to play there.
Okay, I want you to hit up the number that I have on my phone. With Drake's team.
I will.
But listen, so I'm sending him all that, right? And I have every intention. Immediately, right after I did that, I'm in DMs with the game, everybody. The game obviously isn't gonna trust. He runs LA. This guy sounds crazy. Why would I come to his event? But as soon as Mano hit the stage, OT Genesis was gonna hit the stage, Wi-Fi's Funeral, Styles P, Dipset, whoever else we had, Jay Park, I don't know if we confirmed him, everybody who was gonna come.
DC the Don.
Shit was gonna roll because all these rappers in my DMs were waiting for that moment. Drake was gonna be on that stage tonight. Can I prove that right now with hard evidence, facts? No, but based on what happened, I can say that.
You put out on social media that Drake would only be on the stage if you had 2 million.
That was a fuck up of mine. That was where I let the energy get too high, and I just kept wanting to manifest and feed it energy, and I just kept
Was there
going.
a conversation between you and Drake's people about how many viewers need to be? Okay.
That's where I fucked up, and I'm gonna admit that now. I'm not gonna try to act like da-da-da. I fucked up. I was so excited. I'm in the hotel room. I literally, in 7 days, my beautiful girlfriend, my team is throwing this huge event. I'm watching the live stream in my hotel, and I saw you say good morning right to the news. You know what I did after you do that? I started clapping. I was like, yes, Keem is supporting me. Like, this is going.
I was.
I know. You texted me and said, yo, it looks like you might have pulled it off.
He told me that too. I was about to be late, and he was like, I think he's pulling it off.
Saying how good it was. And I was so happy.
And that was in private text.
And
That's
then,
not for the
that wasn't
documentary
public,
or
yeah.
anything.
And then you know what happens? I get in the car. I tell the guy who I'm texting on Drake's team that I'm going to the event. Everything's good. I'm meditating. My girlfriend calls. She goes, baby? And I go, baby, I'm on my way. And I hear it in her voice. She's crying. She goes, baby? I go, what? She goes, there was just a bomb threat. They had to evacuate everyone. I stopped because they didn't let us up the street. I stopped with a group of families who were down there. Moms are giving me hugs and they're saying, Yusuf, please don't give up on us. We got this. Love is going to win. I finally get to go up. I'm telling everybody it's going to happen. As soon as I get up, the police comes to me and they go, yo, the event was shut down. We pulled right into the lot. There was an empty lot. And the police, I told them, I was like, fine, I'm gathering everybody there. Everybody coming down the hill surrounded me, and that's when my speech happened. And you have my speech on camera, Keem. You have the footage of me.
I have like half of it, yeah.
I filmed a lot of it.
I gave a shout out to X on stage last night.
Did you? Oh.
On my knees, I said there was one person who I would have loved to have here, and that's XXX Tentacion. Because when he was alive, one second, I said when he was alive, I was his biggest hater because I didn't understand his message. And unfortunately, it wasn't until after he passed that I took a deeper dive into his message and his music, and I realized how special he was.
Why weren't you, sorry,
Of course,
why
I'm done.
weren't you there? Or maybe that's the part I'm so, once again.
So I have it.
More of a Tanacon kind of guy.
Why wasn't I there? So
why weren't you there
So I have it
during the actual thing?
Yeah, I have everything on text with my team. I told my whole team, I want Andrew and MC and the YouTubers to run the openers. What was happening on stage was the openers. It wasn't the actual show. I didn't want, here's the one thing. So I watched another YouTube event and I saw the YouTuber that hosted it did the whole thing. I texted Keem and explained why I wasn't there. And I said, Keem, I'm not coming until it's my part. This event isn't about me, it's for the people. I didn't want to be on stage the whole time. I didn't want it to be about Fousey.
We're backstage.
I was getting there, and I literally said, I'll show you text, my phone is right here. I texted my whole team, and I texted my girlfriend, I said, when I get there, I want to hug each person, give them energy, and thank them for being there before I do anything. I was on my way to do that. I just wanted to harness, make sure everything was going good before I got there for the actual show. The show hadn't even begun.
I think and my opinion doesn't matter on this because I'm so out of
The
the
show
loop,
definitely
but like
began.
I would have been there like
The
2
opening.
hours before it started if I was putting it on because I'd be like, I gotta fucking make sure everybody's good. I gotta make sure everything's going right. Like I gotta.
Of course, my team though was so passionate about what we were doing. They had it under control. Everyone knew that if you need me, you go through my girlfriend, you go through Country, you go through Andrew. It was a well-oiled machine. That's why all the guests arrived safely. The concert was going good. Keem was having fun on stage. Fans were filling in. I don't care if even one fan showed. Everyone was having a good time, right? And that's why.
The event was promoted as peace and love and all that, right?
Yes.
Little Poppy, I think his name was. He went up with some song about, bitches are thick and they're on
Yeah.
his dick.
I'm gonna send you. Look,
And
I
I'm
texted-
not saying that's a bad song, but what I'm saying is there was a lot of controversy online of people saying, I thought this was about peace and love and war. Like, this is about thick bitches.
So
That's art.
I'm so glad you asked that because
I just want to address what the people were saying.
I didn't. When people were asking me to be on stage, I just wanted energy, so I didn't listen to their music. There were certain songs, and I'll show it to you right after. I would text my girlfriend and team, end his set. What the fuck? I'm sitting here in my hotel room, and all I hear is like, pussy, 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 thick. And I'm like, no, I fucked up there. So now moving forward, I know when you're inviting an artist, view his music, view his set, and make sure it aligns with your message.
But just because a rapper is talking about sex or shooting people or
Doesn't
whatever,
make him
that
a bad
doesn't
person.
necessarily mean that they can't also be talking about peace and love,
Exactly,
right?
and that's why, no, true. I was gonna explain
is
to everybody
true.
there that, yo, I know music got crazy, but the whole point is all of us with differing opinions. Like I don't listen to music like that, but with differing opinions are all here celebrating what? Love. I had a speech ready for you on stage, and Banks, and
I wish we
Rocco.
could have seen that.
I know. I wish I could have seen
That
that,
would
as
have been
well.
fun.
You were gonna I was literally gonna hold your hand up in the air together and scream, hate dies, and the crowd was gonna go, love arrives. Right, Scum? I was literally gonna be on my hands and knees telling him why I did this song, what it meant, why I care for him. It was
Okay.
gonna be such a fucking special
Fousey,
moment.
I have so many questions. Let me try to just get
Okay.
these out.
I'm going to go walk behind you and go pee.
Okay.
Shane, how are you feeling? Do you need anything?
I'm so glad Shane's here.
I know I am too, because he keeps me very calm right now. I just feel like he's like, what did I get myself
Shane, where's your
into?
crew?
Crew?
Yeah, your crew's not with you?
I don't know. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Came alone.
What? Oh, I was about to say, where do you
This is
live? Can't ask that.
Fascinating.
You know what's beautiful about this? 2 years ago, if something like this would have happened, Keem would have been on the internet already with a drama alert saying this what happened and just saying his side of the story. We never would have got a chance to speak face to face like this.
Right.
And I love that. The conversations are happening. In my YouTube description of the song, on the bottom, it shows my love to Brian, and it also says, I want to take back YouTube to the place where everybody collaborated and it wasn't fearing that one person might get on top of them, get more views than them. Not in your culture of YouTube. There's other cultures, And in the culture I'm in, there's this thing that it's about clout, and it's about who's popping. And if you're not popping, oh, I'm sorry, I can't hang out today. I can't be in your video.
I mean, it's
I want
always-
to squash that,
It's always been like that, right?
and I hate that.
I don't know. I don't necessarily hate it. I like it because if you're small, it gives you something to work for and to achieve. And, if you're big, it gives you an understanding of what success is, right?
But why not if somebody's small, like I had small YouTube, I opened up my stage and I even told you before I do it, and you said good idea. I opened it to small performers who are up and coming. Why not bring those people who are small up with us?
I know exactly where you're getting to. Me and Shane had a conversation about this. Throughout Shane's career, anyone that he saw that he liked and thought was talented, he pushed his audience towards them. And I've done it as well. But you don't just like open that up to anyone, you know? You have to get behind people that you believe in that are small, right?
I understand.
So, I don't know. Okay, so I want to address this one thing that's happening online. A lot of people think that, and I don't think this, just so you know, I do not think this, but a lot of people online think that your show was leaning towards, you know, fouling, and you swatted your own event to get it shut down.
So here's what happened. I can't tell, I'm not going to blame anybody. Sam Pepper did DM me and say, yo, you're about to hear a lot of fake information. I need to talk to you. So there's something going on there. And I talked to my manager today, not my manager, the person who helped me manage this event. And he said, yo, just to give you a heads up, as we're in lockdown and the police look at me and say, don't even reach your phone to text, they saw Sam Pepper run out on his live stream, and they said everyone got scared, and that's why he got things. So here's what happened. A couple hours before the event, Sam texted me, DM'd me. After I think I might have DM'd him first, but a couple hours, and he goes, yo, can I come and stream it? This is about love. I had problems with him. I said, come. That attracts his audience. Next thing you know, I'm watching. Hampton Brandon's walking. That attracts his audience. It was definitely, I'm not saying it was their fan. It was a fan watching at home.
That's what I think. It was one of their fans.
Ticketmaster is saying that specific location has been, you can even Google, has been targeted for a couple of times now. And that's why they feel so shitty about this. I would never, I was literally at home crying.
Did you think about like sending, like having a bomb squad there beforehand? Because that's the only thing you can really do is you can have the local PD come in and inspect the building before the event. And if they do that, then they can't shut down the event with
footage if you want, by the way, for your documentary of me prepping the day before at the venue, explaining to all YouTubers, here's your entrance, here's the metal detectors, here's where you go through, you have a private line.
I thought security was good there, but it wasn't.
So I thought everything was taken care of. I never would have thought, oh, let me hit like a bomb. You know, when I told my mom that today, her face, she was heartbroken because she wanted her son to succeed, and it gets ruined because somebody calls in a bomb threat. But I'm not worried about that because I believe that through these conversations and through the help, now let's say I wanted to do a new one. But before I do it and try to plan it in 7 days, I have a meeting with you. I have a meeting with Shane. I have a meeting with Adam. I have teams around writing stuff. And I'm like, guys, how can we make this the biggest event? How do we get into the Staples Center? How do we take this next level so I can do it right? The first one was rushed. I tried. I believe.
Why is it so important to even do the event?
This is my purpose. I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to spread love. I want to spread the message of helping. You know, I believe in this movement. I took a year off for YouTube. If I was going to come back, it was going to be for something good. I had no ideas of how to come back. As I'm in Australia, did the 375-person show, realized I wasn't living to my potential. Because like I had that conversation with you privately. So I was like, I'm going to fly to LA and throw a show right away.
What about just like focusing on your YouTube career?
I'm not doing
what
YouTube
about
no more
focusing
like that.
on making good content and then building an audience? And then, you know, blend in motivational stuff like you always used to do. You used to do vlogs, and then at the end of your vlogs or in the middle of your vlogs, you would, you know, try to motivate your audience. What was wrong with that?
I'm not doing that anymore. I'm no longer a content creator who serves for YouTube. My income now, even if I get $0 from YouTube, I'm going bigger. I want to tour the world with my story. I want to sell a self-help books. I believe it's going to sell 100 million copies. I have a bigger purpose now.
100 million copies?
Yes, I put that out there.
Do you know how insane that is?
And do you know that one person at one time in their life had an idea, I'm going to put a plane in the air and it's going to fly people across the ocean, and they did that. What's wrong about dreaming big?
There's nothing wrong with dreaming big.
You dreamed big with Friday Fortnite and you did it, and you're proud in the numbers it's doing. I'm telling the world I'm going to sell 100 million copies. If I tell the world I'm going to sell 100 copies, what's the difference between setting a higher number than a lower number? There's no limitations in life.
Hey, I just want to throw this out there. Shane is so polite that he texted me while I was in the bathroom and was like, dude, I think I kind of got to leave. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude. So I just want to like open the door for him to make. I'm so glad you guys got to meet in this environment.
I was about to ask.
Or in any environment.
I can get your phone number and we talk privately. Nothing YouTube related.
By the way, Shane, I'm so sorry. I had to jump in on this.
Listen, as a audience member, this is content.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Don't show it to the camera. for your own sake.
I always wonder if people can
I
tell
ask
what
you
your phone
something,
number
Jim?
is by how you're moving your thumbs, you know?
Side topic. So yesterday I gave Banks my assurance, and I promised him.
Yo, you like leaked his number. He had to change his number.
It was on complete fucking accident. Here's what happened.
Do you think maybe like just shit like that and a lot of other things, maybe you
Banks.
need to slow down?
100%. I'm heartbroken over what happened with Banks. So my iPhone through the event planning, anybody who's organized an event knows stress can get high. The day before the event, as everything's going good, I realized the song is dropping on midnight on iTunes. If Keem hears this, he's gonna think it's a troll to sabotage him. I don't get to pull off the reason I did this song. The show's ruined.
Of course I'm going to think
Of
it's
course.
a troll.
So-
you said this about peace and love and all this other shit, and then it's a diss track
So
on
I grabbed
Rice.
my phone.
And listen, I heard you try to explain to these guys, well, no, it was much more than that, and it doesn't make sense. Like you need to be...
You've never had satire. You never had irony. You never told something in a different
Yeah,
way.
but
instead of
satire
explaining it
and
at the same
art,
volume.
irony isn't peace and love.
But here's the thing. If Rice Gum's whole career was built on diss tracks, and you guys have no problem with hating him down, you had no problem telling the world that I should kill myself and I'm the worst person in the
Rice
world.
Gum didn't, before Rice Gum puts out a diss track, does he say, hey, this is about peace and love?
I understand, though, but if I'm trying to end it now and I'm telling him, like, Rice, I'm doing this to you to show you, like, I want to celebrate you through this. And I was going to tell him, like, this isn't, like, it was supposed to be a joke. I'm not a fucking rapper. You know what's funny? The song is called Lil Khara featuring Fousey. You know what Lil Khara means?
Little shit. Yeah.
It was a troll. It was a troll. The song had nothing to do with the event.
Okay, so this is what I think.
Yeah.
This is what I really, honest
I'd
to
love
God,
to
think,
hear.
okay? I think that you were in Australia. You had the idea of making it back in the YouTube or whatever, in the scene. Maybe not YouTube, maybe something else. I think you came up with doing this song. You realized the song was good. I like the song, all right?
Appreciate that.
I think the song was good, and you said, wait, we need to do a music video. Wait, how can we hype this? How can we have, like, you know, a big event? How can I make sure that this song pops? And that's when it came into your mind, let's get a bunch of artists on stage. I'll try to get as many artists as I possibly can, and at the end, I'm going to world premiere this song.
You were right until the last part. So the idea did get sparked. The idea birthed months ago. I didn't have the idea, but the flame, when Rice, as my brother, was on stream on Twitch and he called me irrelevant. Now, the reason that hurt me is because as your brother who's collabed with you, you know I struggle with mental health, you know I struggle with depression, you know for a fact I don't give a shit about views anymore. Don't put your brother down like that. It hurt me.
But if I heard that I was irrelevant, if I had your numbers right now, I'd be hungry. It would just make me hungry.
Look how hungry it made me. Now I want to sell 100 million copies to show the world how irrelevant I am. So you're 100% right, though. The idea, first it was the event, 375 people, I realized I could do bigger. Next thing you know, I've been, even as a joke on my Twitch, and you should go find this, I've been telling the world, Rice Gum diss track coming soon as a joke. So I finally realized, oh, I'm in Australia, we got time, let's go in the booth. And through the song, the event got created. But the event and my speech became so much more important than the song. The song was like the smallest factor. Didn't care about it anymore.
So is it safe to say the original idea of creating July 15th was to hype up the song?
No, because if the song had happened and let's say the event didn't happen, it was gonna be released in the same way. I wanted Rice on stage, I wanted you on stage, I wanted Banks on stage, I wanted to thank each person, and I wanted to tell Rice why I made the song. So the song was never made, the song from the beginning.
That just seems like the worst way to promote a diss track.
No,
Person...
you're missing the intention. It's not a diss track, you're still calling it a diss track. You don't need to look at him to see if he agrees. I'm having a conversation with you as a man.
No, I'm just looking at him for someone to jump in the middle here.
But
so
it's
we can
between
just,
me and you.
But you have this version of reality here, and I have this version of reality here. So I just need someone else to jump in.
But let's look at intention. Ask me the intention. Let me sit down with Rice Gum privately and tell him that's my boy. I smoke up with him all the time. He comes to play basketball at Alex's. We chill.
He said that when you made the diss track on him, it made absolutely no sense because there's no beef.
I saw the way he said in your clip about Fousey has no idea what he's doing. I don't think Rice would even understand like why I did this unless I explained it to him. There is no beef. Exactly. There wasn't beef. It isn't a diss track. He's my brother. Everybody in the studio knew he was my brother. They knew I was doing this to troll. They were laughing and they were wondering what he's gonna say when I tell him, yo, by the way, Lil Khara means little shit. I'm trolling the whole white world. Because everybody who's reacting to it right now are saying, Lil Khara, and that's exactly how I said they were gonna be reacting, because it's a troll. I literally pulled the ultimate troll, but through that song and the intention, Hate Dies, Love Arrives was birthed, and that's why I got the idea. Look, if I could go back right now, knowing that there was gonna be a bomb there, all this up, and just say, fuck the song, and I even contemplated with my team the day before, do we go on with it? And it wasn't until after the event, late at night, I was like, you know what? Stand strong in your belief that everything is gonna work out, release the video with I took off social media today. I tweeted, Twitter, and an Instagram post. Just trust that let the narrative tell itself however it is. Let people talk. But when the story comes out, when conversations like this happens, it'll tell itself. And even if the whole world is against it, Keem, what I'm understanding now in my life, as long as I understand my intention, my team understands my intention, then anybody who listens to what I'm saying and agrees with it, that's fine. Anybody who doesn't, that's fine. But I'm not gonna spend time trying to convince them of my message anymore. Because that's how I ruined my YouTube career. Instead of just living in my great potential and being who I could have been, which is what Logan Paul did, what Jake Paul did, I left because I let the comments from your channel, from my Twitter and everything define me. Starting from when Leafy is here, used to vandalize my name and hate on me.
I can't believe we didn't mention him this whole time. I was thinking about him a few
Right?
different times. I thought maybe he would come out on July 15th.
I think he's coming here. He's the next one.
He's got to be coming right now.
We need
right?
another mic.
No, honestly,
Dude,
like
I feel-
Jay-Z could show up right now. I'd be like, sorry, bro, only 4 mics. You
Dude,
know?
honestly, I talked to Shane like on Mom's Basement, right? And he doesn't follow like really anything on YouTube, so he is so lost. Like,
Yeah, like when we were talking about Fousey, Shane is like, so he has like a fake hair thing?
Yeah, because that's the video.
No, yeah, it makes sense.
I used to be scared to tell people, but now I showed people, and it's funny because now I have grown men who come up to me at like the airport, and they're like they don't care about YouTube or anything, but they're like, yo, I saw your video about hair loss. They take off their hat, they go, thank you, bro. I was so insecure. I go, of course, because that shit's hard. When you go bald, that shit ruins your fucking life.
So then why don't you focus on that? And why don't you focus on that kind of stuff rather than trying to be like the leader of a concert? Like as a normal person who doesn't whatever. Like for me, that if I saw somebody post a picture of my face with a date under it that I wasn't whatever, I would feel like, what is this? But-
used, right?
Right, but if you made a video saying all these similar things in a genuine way, I would be like, oh, cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just
I
feels
do.
very like,
He made a lot of those videos. A lot of them.
Well, from this point forward,
got it.
From this point forward, and I'm asking you guys this on this table, Keem, I see your eyes, and I feel like you're still, because you're thinking about your documentary, still thinking I'm in the wrong, and you're missing the intention here. And I hope you're seeing the bigger picture of telling the story rather than showing if it was a flop or not.
I think that you are in the wrong in certain situations, in certain details, right? But I also think that part of you really wanted this to be. I think that you started off wanting to get popular with this diss track, all right? Then I think that you figured out the best way to promote this is by selling love and peace, because who doesn't want love and peace? And then you just added, well, let's end racism, because everyone wants to end racism. So if you can put out all these different reasons for people to show up to the event, you can promote the song.
Fuck the song,
And
man.
you also put out there, like, this is going to be...
Yo, I gave a speech about being a Muslim in America at the age of 28.
Just real quick, there was one more thing. You also said that this was going to be like the after party of the World Cup, you know? Like, I didn't go to the event and see them talking about football or soccer
People
or whatever.
were throwing their Mexico flags in the air.
Yeah, I did see a
did see
little,
a little
bit of
bit of it, yeah.
But
People
it's
love
little,
this,
you
man.
know?
What you're not understanding... and
You
what
sold it as like so many different things.
Because
Just anything to get people to go.
I
You
know.
know?
You're like,
And
I mean,
look,
not that there's anything
because
wrong
look,
with that, but there's just so many angles.
and by the
you
way,
know?
guys, it's Kayla's 8th birthday party, July 15th. Like, it was just everything, right? Like,
Yo, I really, but here's the thing, bro. I know I went crazy with it. I did. You're right. But I swear to God, I did it. And like, you know, I am like with my ideas as grandiose as they can get. I did it as crazy as that, but thinking, why should I say no if I believe that it's right? So I did it with good
No, I
intentions.
get that, but
I might
you-
have fucked up, but I did it with good intentions.
I get that, but like, you have a credibility issue because, like, you know, with the fake pranks and the fake social experiments, right? People
when you
need
did
to
that
be
video
able to
with Rice
trust
Gum
you.
with Fortnite, did you fake your gameplay?
Yeah.
Okay, then don't hate on me for my fake pranks when a lot of people in your crew have fake vlogs, dog.
I know,
vlogs
but-
on YouTube are fake, so don't put me down for
I know,
fake
but
pranks.
that was-
Yo,
that-
I may
that's
have fake.
clearly-
I may have
that was
fake pranks.
clearly fake.
I may have fake pranks, but there are some people on YouTube who you know who fake their whole careers and lives, and that's a fact.
No, okay, you're not listening to me. All
I
right?
am.
You
You're not
just
listening to me.
cut that right off.
Because you're trying to bring up fake pranks to make me sound bad.
I'm trying to make
Everything
you
on TV
understand.
is fake. You watch the Kardashians, fake. You watch any reality show, fake. You watch the news, a lot
And
of
you're
it
right,
fake.
you're
You
right.
watch
I'm
Drama
not gonna
Alert,
argue with
I could
that.
say something that I know about Drama Alert in the Clout House right now that if I do, you know the firestorm that'll cause. And you know what that'll do to you in your life. But I respect you as a man, and I'm not going to leak that information because you looked at me, you smiled, you said no one knows this, so please keep this with you. I can say it right now on air, and it could end everything.
If you expose me right now, I don't care.
I would
You
never.
can. Like,
You're missing the point. I would never.
listen, before I lose my train of thought here.
I'm sorry.
The credibility issue because of the fake pranks and the fake social experiments and all that stuff, right? I feel like people need to trust you, right? So when you promoted this event with all these different angles and all these different things that it was supposed to be, like it comes down to what was this? What was this really supposed to be about?
July 15th. And watch what it turns into. This was just the beginning. I started my new chapter of life. That chapter you were talking about who I was, that person who I told you about who was suicidal, he died last night on July 15th. And I chose a new direction in my life. And I promise you guys, with your guidance, and if you choose to stay in my life, now I will work my absolute hardest to do shit right, do shit with positive intentions, no longer hate, and introduce to the world as just Yusuf Ericat, you can call me Fousey, as a motivational speaker. The content I'm gonna upload from here is different now. I'm only gonna upload stuff with the message, and now I'm gonna practice what I preach every day of my life. Today there was I'll tell you later, a YouTuber who tweeted hella shit at me. Instead of going at him on thing, called him, got his number, and I was like, brother, you didn't even ask. That's how I'm gonna start living. If I have a problem with you, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna invite you when I'm in LA to come smoke. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna be brave enough to be like, hey Shane, you know I don't usually fit into your crew and a lot of people might have a negative stigma. Can I hang out with you one day? Do you wanna have lunch? I'm gonna start doing stuff like that to love myself again. So look, I know this is gonna turn out however it turns out to, but I'm telling you in the eye, and you know how I feel about you, and that's why you're wearing this shirt right now. And I hope you're getting an understanding of just, I know I have trouble portraying who I'm trying to portray myself as, and I ask for you guys, help me. You tell me what I should do to be credible, help me. Text me and be like, yo, Fousey, I don't think you should
just
be doing
be
that.
as real as possible with the
Trying.
people with what you're doing.
I swear to God, I'm
just
trying.
real as possible, because honestly, when you promoted that event and then everyone found out, oh, he was talking about releasing this song and it's a diss track on Rice, you lose all credibility with everyone.
I think the issue is even beyond that is like, okay, if you're going to do events, you have to take doing events more seriously, because, you know, what it felt like was like you just had this burst of energy and creativity and you kept talking about love and peace and respect and everything. And that's good. But, you know, when you do an event and it doesn't work out, then it just makes, you know, regardless if it was your fault or not, like with Tana, her credibility has been hurt because she did an event and it didn't, you know, work out the way it was supposed to. If she had done that event and killed it, then her stock would be a bit higher than it was when she started. If you do another show and you actually like book artists, you know, do a proper rollout with like everything. Like, I think Fousey Tube could definitely be a dude who's known for putting on events. It's just you have to, you know, if you want to make that your thing, you got to focus on that thing.
But you said your stock will go up.
Yeah.
My stock went all the way up, baby, because Ticketmaster and Live Nation are working out the fattest deal for me to do this right the next time because they feel so bad with how it turned out.
No, but I'm saying, dude, I think you lost credibility with the community. I don't think people will come
Every
to Fousey
single
Tube
person,
too.
they will. I guarantee you I'll fill out an arena next. I guarantee you my next show will be in a stadium.
Yeah, but you also guarantee that you'd have 2 million views and
I
front
was
page on
going to.
YouTube, and you're going to be on Ellen next week, and like just all
and
this
I'm
other
gonna
stuff.
be on Ellen. It's gonna happen, Keem. I speak my life into existence. I manifest everything. My book is going to be called July 15th. I'm going to tell the story, and it will sell the copies I tell you it's going to sell.
But you can't say that you're going to be on Ellen, because then if you're not on Ellen, then what? Like, back to the credibility.
We could all be on Ellen.
Yeah, yo. If a
You
kid,
probably could.
if
We're
one-
problematic.
You should be on
Yeah,
Ellen.
definitely.
You
Yo,
should be on Ellen.
If your daughter
kill
tells
on
you,
Ellen, Shane.
respect your daughter, by the way, anything I've ever said about you and her in the past, I'm sorry. If your daughter comes to you and goes, Daddy, I want to be a NASCAR driver. I want to be a singer at a young age. Are you going to tell her, honey, like your credibility's on. No, you can tell her, go for it.
Well, but her
Dream.
brain isn't really like fully
But
formed and stuff. So
why don't we at adults live as like we did when we were young and tell ourselves we can do whatever the hell we want to do?
yeah, but the world would be a lot different if we treated everybody like a 5-year-old. You know,
Dude,
would be
if everybody wanted
I don't think
to,
it would be better. I think it'd be worse.
Yeah.
Like I heard somebody suggest one time, everybody should always treat everybody else like it was Christmas, which sounds nice, but then you're like, well, at some point you got to fire somebody.
And then
Right.
Christmas isn't special anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I am so mad that I have to go. If I didn't have something right after this, I'd
love
be
that
here
he
all
was
night.
here.
Lesser known co-host Shane Dawson, who we
love
just
that
sort
you
of
were
had
here.
on to observe throughout this. Yeah.
Here's the thing. All I'm going to say, my little final note on my end is, I didn't hate you. I know most people around me didn't have any bad opinion of you. I remember when you told me about this whole thing, even you were just like, I think it might work. And I was like, cool. Like
Appreciate that.
nobody had on my end, right? So for me, the credibility thing is more like, if you were to say like, okay, if you would have tweeted me and said, I'm trying to do a thing, contact me. We're going to take 6 months to plan it, all these things, whatever. I would have been like, okay, cool. But because it was it was so fast and like whatever, that
The
pushes
man
people
just
away.
came from TanaCon. Like, he was supposed to be a feature.
You know what I mean?
You can't
Like,
put
if I
him in
just
that
left
spot.
World War
Yeah.
II,
What
I'm not going to
discrepancy?
jump that
I'll say
in.
Exactly, exactly.
So I'd say my advice to you, because you're asking for advice,
Yeah.
my advice to you is like staying genuine, planning the next thing fully, and like being there the whole time, like from an hour before it starts. Because like I don't care how big your team is and all whatever, like
You're right.
you got to fucking be
You're
there,
right.
or else like it looks like you knew it wasn't going to work out.
You're
and
right.
we're like, I'm not going to get, you know what I mean?
100%.
Have fun. I'm
One thing
really
before you
sad.
go. If I do ask for help for the next one and I go, help me make Hate Dies, Love Arrives 2 correct, would you give me your guidance or advice in private?
I'll give you what I can from an outsider perspective.
See, that's the thing,
But I'm
though.
also
You put a
dealing with
lot of
Tana
pressure. You
and
put a lot
Michael.
of pressure on people to like.
People are allowed to say no, though, and I would respect it. I asked my friends to retweet a tweet of mine. My best friends, they didn't do it.
But
And
it's
in
like-
that text, I said, even if you don't do it, I love you all the same. There's nothing wrong with asking for things. We should ask each other for help.
I'm going to ask Adam real quick. Adam, you get bombarded all the time with people trying to send you their music or their SoundCloud link, right? Like, it's just like you're kind of being harassed, right? So then you
Yeah.
create a system on the stream where like, okay, if you donate $100, I'll play it. There has to be a give and take.
Just
And
supply and demand type thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
So
know.
like, you're the
Shane,
guy
much
out
love.
there-
I really can't wait to finish
I'm
this.
so
to
sorry.
We should
Shane.
end this with a J between us three.
Shane understands content. Chris Long, you want to roll a blunt and sit right here and we'll all smoke a blunt together? Well, Keem ain't going to hit it. Hey, much love.
Keem.
I'll hit it once.
Keem. So, I love that. Now let's can we, now that we're gonna light this, just relax and chill and all talk? Or are you leaving? Or
I'm down. I will continue to
listen,
sit here.
listen.
He's going to
Hey,
roll
you know how he
another
said
blunt.
that?
These things are gnarly.
You know how
just
he
for the
said
record.
that about harassment? But I grew up with people like J. Cole as my supporter, like my inspiration. J. Cole harassed Jay-Z outside of his office building and just waiting for him through the rain, through the storm, through everything. Jay-Z walked up to him. J. Cole said, Jay, he was wearing a shirt that said, get signed by Jay-Z or die trying. He said, Jay, here's the tape. Jay looked at him and said, that's not how it was done. 2 years later, he has a line that says, Jigga wouldn't even sign my CD when he see me. 2 years later, here we are, boom, boom, on Blueprint. He went from harassing Jay-Z outside of his building to be signed by Jay-Z and on his song. What you call harassment, some people understand as energy, fire. That guy who I spoke to in Drake's team at the club could have been like, I got a psycho Arab with a beard trying to meet Drake, kick him out now. He took my message and went to Drake's ear because he trusted where it was from.
No, but like, okay, let's say your message was an email, all right? That email will go right to the spam folder.
And there's no energy behind that. But why don't we use social media to manifest our dreams?
I mean, I don't know, dude.
We just
feel
have difference of opinions in how we operate what we believe in.
I feel like
I'm trying to teach the new way of how to manifest.
In your career, right? Would you agree that you're at a low point?
No, I'm at the highest point I've been.
In your overall like career. Okay, let's look
Highest
at it
point
like
I've
Like
been.
tangible things like money and views.
like money and
stuff,
views and stuff like that.
No, I'm at the love and support now that I have. Here's the difference. I can get 10 million views, but it could be out of people telling me I should die. Or I can get the views I'm getting now. People telling me that they love me.
This is
It's
the point that I'm
quality
trying to
views.
make. Just hear me out. This
Quality.
is the point that I'm trying to make. Okay, when you were at the top, if you would have went to me and Adam and everyone else, and you would have said, literally anyone, you would have said, "Hey, I want to do this event," right? That would have been so more authentic, right? But because like talking about numbers and views and all that, you're on a low in your career. It comes across as
I'm not
you
at a low.
trying to be relevant, you know?
I'm not at a low. I don't care about relevancy because I'm going to be on a stage in stadiums being a world famous motivational speaker because I see that for my life. What you see at a low point, I see myself standing tall at a kingdom because I took back control of my life. My relevancy comes from what I believe for myself. My girlfriend calls me a king. I call her a queen. I kiss the ground she walks on. She believes in my dreams. This morning she looked at me and she said, "Baby, this is only the beginning."
But you don't really answer my question. You just
I
like
did.
spin it.
I
You
don't.
know?
I don't. I'm not spinning it. I'm telling you, I don't agree with this being a low point in my career. I'm at a high point.
But
Keem.
on certain measurements, like me and Keem, like I know for me personally, I would say, you know, I'm at a high point right now in terms of my career, just based on the things that you can quantify, like views, subscribers, money, blah, blah, that kind of thing. And, you know, I can be honest about other times in my life when I was...
What the fuck did you just roll?
Yeah, we smoking big doinks out here. You don't want that?
Yeah, but it started with a small J and now you have a big...
That's not... This thing's covered in keef that will knock your fucking socks
Is it
off, bro.
indica or sativa?
That's just about the fuck
It's
me up.
it's like a hybrid. Indica.
If you get super high and start acting funny, that would be cool.
That's just about to fuck me up.
That's gonna fuck you up.
Oh, fuck.
If you don't smoke backwards, it's gonna fuck you up. Which might be good for you.
You
Slow
see
you down a little.
Yo, you know the Uber driver yesterday, just to give you an idea,
Shout out Much Dang.
me practicing what I preach. So we get to the event and I realize, fuck, be careful when you hit that. I realized I'm about to fuck up his car. Whispered to him and I have it on
did.
vlog. I was like, brother, if you let me use this car right now, not only will I buy this car and repair all the damages, I'm gonna buy you a new car and I'm gonna give you $50,000. On the way home, you know what I told him? I was like, who do you work for? He said Uber.
One puff only.
Hey, I said, who do you work for? He said Uber. A guy named Jose. I said, do you got a family? He goes, yeah, I got a wife and kids. You know what I told him? With my girlfriend sitting next to me, I said, quit Uber today. You're now my personal driver. I'll take care of you, your wife, and your daughter for life because of the love you provided me tonight. And now he's gonna be on my salary. So what I'm trying to do now, all my friends, what I did before this event, talk to each of them personally. Everyone I beefed with. My whole squad who's with me right now, we hated each other 3 years ago because we were all Middle Easterns rising.
Real quick, I got to ask you a question. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. So this event cost you a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
All right. You're buying this guy a brand new Uber. You're
Yeah.
taking care of his family. All this stuff.
Yeah.
You're at a low point in your career, is in sense of making money, right? You told him during the No Jumper podcast that you didn't really have money like that. So are you gonna go broke?
No.
I knew
I've
he
been
was
in
going to
2
say no.
Tyler Perry movies. I've sold a documentary with Roman Atwood. I went on a world tour with Roman Atwood.
You got a lot of
I've been
fucking
doing
views
YouTube
when
since
YouTube was good.
2011. I have multiple channels that, you know, I got billions of views. I got investments. I got
I'm only
houses.
saying that because you said you
No,
didn't
that's true,
have money
but-
like that.
No. I say that to say
You
like.
said you were spending money on this event, but you didn't really have
Because
money
the
on
amount
that.
of
That
money
was
I'm
the quote.
spending, it's like an amount because I'm not making any money in return. So my accountants are like, Yusuf, this is all money out. There's no in.
Okay, but do you see how that's like again more part of the credibility issue? Like,
No,
wait,
because when I
he
tell
was
this
trying to
story-
act like he didn't have that much money and he was putting all his money into this, you know?
When I tell this story in the book, I'm gonna be like, and I said this to my accountants, and I have everything that's so special about the book is I have everything in emails and texts, and I told them, even if I lose every single dollar, I still want y'all to wire transfer the money I'm asking you to transfer because I believe in this. So I didn't care, dead ass. Literally, I believe in manifestation. My dad stresses about money. My dad was a business owner, and that's why he always went broke. He won the lottery and went broke.
Speaking about manifestation or whatever, like I told you I was gonna do the documentary, and you said that you know you came up with that in your head,
Yeah.
but then on the car you were like saying I was
'Cause here's what happened
doing it
with
just
that.
to make money.
Yeah, no.
Who did it? Did I come up with the idea for the documentary, or did you in your head?
Beautiful. You're right. You called me out on that. But here's why I got frustrated on the car. Because, you know, and I told you this in text, if the event had gone right, the documentary would have made me look like a fucking savage. And people would have been like,
Yeah.
yes. And it would have given me credibility. Me being on that car and the questions you were asking me, because we didn't have this discussion yet, I already saw in my head, because I let fear take over, that this documentary was going to fuck me up. So I looked like a fucking monster just lashing out at you. I felt like shit when I woke up this morning.
And you had the wife beater up here. It looked like a tank top.
No, I felt like I was like, you know why I was terrified? Can I be honest? Now that we're smoking a big doink, I can tell you all this. I'm outside on a car with people around me. I got every news station there. I know, and I'm also talking about the president. I'm talking about Palestine and Israel. I'm talking about serious shit. I literally, on that stage, broke down in tears. And there's even a clip I can send you. Somebody in the crowd took it where I'm getting in the car and I'm asking everybody to pray for my safety. I was so scared up there. I thought me talking about the issues I was talking about, I'm talking about politics here, real life shit, I was going to get assassinated, dead ass.
I don't think anybody brought their guns to Fousey.
But that's
I'm not talking about
crazy.
the people in
What
crowd.
you
I'm talking
just
about
said
Just
is
the government.
crazy.
Why?
What you said is crazy.
Tupac Shakur,
People
XXX Tentacion.
people diss Tupac
Martin Luther
and
King Jr.
Donald Trump all the time.
I'm not calling myself them, but these are all people who spoke out about serious shit.
You're
And
not on that level, dude. You're not like a political. You're not
I'm
like
not.
a Malcolm X.
Did you not hear? I gave people a speech yesterday by telling them,
You
guys.
said in the speech that you were worried about your family's safety.
I said the power is in the people. I said fuck Fousey. They start chanting Fousey. I said stop. Fuck Fousey. It's us. I'm trying to tell them we're all kings and queens. This voice you're talking about, I'm not that voice. But everybody in that crowd together, spreading that energy of love, fuck racism, fuck everything, that's what could change the world. So I'm telling people, I can't change shit. I'm not Tupac. I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm nobody. But if I get you, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, if I be crazy enough to try to get all these people into one room in one night, this doink is helping. If I get them all in one room in one night, all of us together can
At
kill
one point,
hate.
did you say the president was talking about your event?
I didn't
Did
say
you ever
that.
say that?
No.
Okay, I heard it like it was a private conversation in a text
No,
message.
I said, it's on my Instagram. I said, I think I was sending, I forgot who I was sending a message to. I said, I want more eyes on this event than the president has on his country.
Little subtle shade.
Let
Okay.
me tell you why I wanted to say that. That's no disrespect to the president. I'm saying that because if
Is that a
every
Make
one of
America
those-
Great Again hat?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yo,
fuck.
if every artist who I wanted there, LeBron James, everybody was in that room, and they let go of everything, classism, why they're up here but we're up here just because he's good at basketball and has a shit ton of money. Put us all on the same level for one night, that shit's gonna be powerful. It's no longer about celebrities and a difference between celebrities and the fans. Fuck that. We're all celebrities if we choose to use our powers together. Support each other. You give love to me, I give love to you. You give love to me, I give love to you. All of a sudden, ideas get bigger. I did this idea when I got it on my own. Imagine if when the second I got the idea in Australia, I hit you up, how big you could have made
Yeah,
it.
but you don't understand, like, we get millions of views on YouTube. If he would have did that, he could have pulled it off. I think I could have pulled
Exactly.
it off on that
Imagine
level.
if we all worked together on it.
I
I'm just
mean,
saying the world should help each other. We should help each other. We should talk. We should be friendly and kind.
Well, I'm
You
gonna
know what's
I'm gonna
crazy?
create the next VidCon, so
Go
we can,
for
we
it.
can
I
all work
believe
on
in
that.
it. I fucking believe in it.
But if we're gonna do that, we should probably like charge people and like figure out how we're gonna split the money. And we should probably take like at least 6 months to plan it.
No, actually,
and we should.
That's the problem with VidCon is they don't pay any of the creators.
I
that
know, and
promote.
that's why we would have an incentive to actually start something dope.
we would pay every creator that shows
and
up.
bro,
to the
we should
VidCon.
get like fucking Jordan Peterson or some shit. Make everybody super mad. Maybe Joe
We'll bring
Rogan.
Fousey too.
Oh, definitely,
Hey,
definitely,
take
dude.
out
Like the
two,
Black
bruh.
Seed
Say
Convention.
Fousey. You've been saying two for years. Every time I hear Keemstar like Fousey, I'm like, oh, just say Fousey.
You know what?
Fousey.
Way back in the day, my name used to be DJ Keemstar, and like people still call me that because that's how they learn my name. You know, but
Yo, something to you. Remember how you in the past videos, all this shit, and then there was a time where you literally posted a video and said, why am I getting all this hate? You came out of that, and you're the only person of that time who came out of that alive, and now you're running shit. Because you were able to do that, all I ask is that you look at me and through my fuck ups, through my things that you might know better than me, you're older than me, you're wiser. Instead of just saying like, Fousey, you're doing this wrong, tell me in a way so I can learn, so I can come out of it just like you did.
Okay, I'll tell you.
That was the best way. No, not now. In life.
No, let me
Two-way.
tell you like right now how I did it. Okay.
Oh, no.
So
Oh, you're gonna tell me how you did. I thought you were gonna tell me what I'm doing wrong in my life. I was like, I'm too high for this.
no, I'm gonna tell you how I
I'd love
survived.
to
You
hear
know,
it. I'd
why
love to
am I
hear
still
it.
getting hate? A bunch of people had old clips of me when I was trolling and saying horrible things. Okay, but I was saying them in the context of comedy. They were for online trolls and stuff like that. Some stuff was legitimately bad, like the Alex clip. I'm sure everyone has seen, but all that stuff when I didn't ever think I was going to even have a fucking YouTube career that was out there, other than because like way back in the day we didn't even get paid. Like all gaming channels couldn't get partnered on YouTube, right? So this was all for fun. So
Sam Pepper and Ice Poseidon are here for the record. Well, what the fuck are we gonna do? We can get Ice on the mic.
I'm gonna actually tell them I'm going to be like 10 minutes because I got to go to a meeting.
Okay, yeah. Tell them to come in 10 minutes as soon as Keemstar is done.
Yeah,
because we're gonna finish this and then they can both come on.
Can I explain one
Content
thing?
fest.
This is gonna sound. This is gonna sound crazy. It's a high thought right now, but what I've been doing. So yesterday after the event, if you're wondering how I handled it, instead of like, because I could have been so sad, I turned off my phone. I ordered food for all my friends. We played Drake music and we were dancing with good energy. And I told them, I was like, guys, my career in life gets ruined when I'm on my phone finding bad about me. I ask you guys as my friends, if you see anything good about today's event, share it with me. Because what that'll do, you sharing it with me and us all looking for good, it's like a frequency.
Yeah, but you're also living,
but look,
if you do that, you're also living in a world of yes men. You can't do that.
No, you're living in a world of positivity. Listen when I said that. Right now, this started with you and Shane. Y'all started energy. All of a sudden, I come, Keemstar. Now we got Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper. There's energy around this podcast right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ice Poseidon and
We're
Sam
a
Pepper like
So
it was
crazy.
the president or something.
No,
but it is
I never
crazy.
in a years thought we'd be all in the same room together smoking. The fuck? Good shit on that for putting that together. Keem, good shit for coming through. I respect you for that, bro.
No, let me
I've
explain.
always told you all I wanted to do was smoke with you and chill.
I want to hear what you want to say, and then I want to make a statement, and then maybe we could end this after that.
Okay, I just want to say real quick how I survived.
Yeah.
I survived on YouTube by being real and being honest. There were things that I did that was wrong in the past, and I had to apologize for them. I had to own those, right? But there were also things that I wasn't guilty of. There were things that were being made up that were complete lies. So I defended myself on those things. I kept it as real as possible. And going forward, I knew that I had to make my show more entertaining, you know? I didn't need it to like put my voice, and I needed to share my opinion on my show because before I didn't as much as I do now, so I could have a relationship with my audience. And it was just those two things, really. And, you know, my channel just blew up because I focused on that. Are you focused on the entertainment? I know you're focused on sharing your opinion, but are you focused on the entertainment to build up the credibility with an audience?
That's beautiful. How I plan on doing it moving forward, and you can tell me if this is not good, I'm going to use social media far less. Every thought that comes into my mind doesn't go on the internet. I take time to just be off of the internet now, and I only create when I'm not going to do daily. I'm not going to do vlogs. I'm not going to clickbait shit that I don't believe in. I'm only going to post something that I've actually took time, and when the idea came to me, you know when you wait, it comes natural? I'm only going to post content in those moments because I'm no longer... Fuck subscribers, man. I love myself, but you know what I mean? Fuck the chase of subscribers. Because anytime I chase subscribers and views, yeah, money was good, views were good, subscribers were good, but I was miserable and everybody hated me and the money didn't make me happier. So now that I'm saying like, J. Cole, fuck money, spread love, I'm gonna try to use YouTube now. Like, I don't wanna be at the top because I know what that comes with. Like, if you wanna be a Logan, a Jake, a Deji, a KSI, you gotta be ready to have anybody say anything and everything about you, and you can't give a shit because that's why you're at the top. If you give a shit, you're not. I can't do that, so I'm gonna manage it how I can. So I'm only gonna use YouTube on a frequent, like moderate level that my mental capacity can sustain. Because I, as somebody who goes through depression and bipolar, can't sustain a frequency of every day. Because then I'm forcing it. I'm not living in the moment. I'm not present. This whole conversation, I haven't touched my phone. I've been making eye contact with you because I'm making a conscious effort to be a better person and listen more.
I got ADHD. I have to look away.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like bad.
Have you ever, it's a personal question, I'll ask later.
What I do is I just try to multitask. That's the only way I can focus.
But I bet it's aided you in the fact of how much you've gotten done at once.
Oh, yeah, I'm a machine, yeah.
Yeah. You're not working at one thing at the only one thing. You're probably building an empire while somebody's like building a castle.
Can I ask you a question,
hope.
Fousey? Let me ask you a question. How does it feel to have had, like when we think about YouTube, if there was a YouTube heavyweight division, you held the throne for a period of time. Like, you were that number one dude, like the same way that Jake Paul or Logan Paul feel right now.
I agree with that.
Regardless of how hated they were, you were like the fucking champion. And to guys like me and Keem, it was kind of like, what the fuck do all these people see in this dude? He's crazy. He's a fucking
yeah,
lunatic.
honestly,
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you were doing fucking numbers.
Thank you.
That Roman Atwood, you could have probably put him in that category around the same time too,
Oh,
where he
he's
was
the
like
king. He was the
right
king.
up
He's
out
always the
there,
king.
just
Yeah.
killing it.
That's my brother for
How
life.
does it feel? You still
Congrats
do.
to Roman
you
and
still
Brittany.
do.
I love y'all.
You still do decent numbers. You know, it's not like you're fucking out here not doing shit. The video you made about confronting me had like
mind you, I took a
800K.
year off.
Right. Yeah.
Created a new channel, called it the Cats Family Turning Fousey, made 1 million subscribers, walked away from that one too.
You doing all the different channels obviously
Yeah.
has not
So-
been
so
good
what's
for
the
your
question?
retention.
Yeah, what's the
the
question?
question really is just like, how do you feel when you look at that and when you see somebody like Jake Paul doing 5 million views a day? Does it not feel like, I know that like somebody who was the champion of the world is always gonna fucking look back on that and like miss that feeling or that rush of being number one.
You know why that's such a beautiful question? Because that's sort of why this whole thing came about. It humbled the fuck out of me, and it killed my ego, and it showed me, yo, you can't treat it like you're gonna have it forever and not be grateful for it, because then it could be stripped away from you. There was a time I tweeted on the internet like a jackass, and I said, oh my God, I got paid 300-something thousand this month from YouTube. We shouldn't be getting paid this much. The universe heard that, said, fuck you, numbers down, money down, and everything, because I attracted that to myself. So when I got to the bottom,
Wait, is that when your CPM started crashing?
that's the trajectory of it.
Well, you think when
'Cause
you
that's really
snitch on your
funny.
earnings, they fuck your shit up?
He made a bunch of money, so he did like this humble brag. I saw it as a humble brag, maybe it wasn't. And he showed that he made 300K in a month, and he said we shouldn't be making this much.
I was so ungrateful.
I thought you were saying that we were being overpaid.
I was. But then when I talked to Tyler Perry about this, because he's the highest actor in the world, I said, Tyler, you have so much.
He's the highest actor in the world.
He is.
I'm the highest actor in the
Google
world.
it. Yo, but I asked him this. This is a beautiful thing. We're not talking about porn.
It's okay.
Yo, Johnny, roll another one.
We should get ice in here.
Yeah.
Chris, go get ice in here. Swap out for you.
I'm swapping out as well.
You are?
Conversation's
Okay.
gonna
See, man.
change.
Hey, much love. Thank
I'm just chilling with Adam. Yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam. I'm just chilling with Adam. Look, that's the host skedaddle. I'm just chilling with Adam.